So we've done evaluation of Design Squad too. And this is of watching just the Design Squad series. After watching just 4 Design Squad episodes, 5th and 6th grade students have increased their understanding of the design process, changed their stereotypes about engineering for the better, not for the worse. They say they want to enroll in an engineering after-school program. If there were one, they'd like to take part in it. They understood the science content of the show. They had a better sense of teamwork, and they liked watching the show. This is just after 4 half-hour episodes of watching the show. Next. And then after looking at the Educator's Guide and working with after-school programs, we looked at kids actually manipulating and doing hands-on activities that were related to Design Squad. And after completing some of the activities in the Educator's Guide, after-school kids increased their understanding of the design process, increased their understanding of the engineering and science concepts in the activities, and they liked doing the activities. The after-school leaders, many of which are educators, some of which are not necessarily professional educators. They lead after-school programs. But they, too, the way that it's written is for an after-school educator who doesn't have a deep background. And they showed a greater understanding of the design process and said they felt more comfortable talking about engineering. And that's important because if a leader is intimidated by engineering, they're certainly not going to bring it into a classroom of kids if they don't feel they know the language or the activities or what happens if something doesn't go the way they think it's going to go. And they wanted to use the activities again. So a lot of these are established clubs now. They run the Design Squad clubs in after schools and summer camps and vacation week camps at schools and in after schools, Boys and Girls Clubs, Girl Scouts, all kinds of organizations. Next. Students exposed to Design Squad demonstrated a better understanding of what engineering is, that engineering involves having a great imagination, that's great, and of the types of projects that engineers do. 7 out of 8 teachers reported that Design Squad challenges strengthen their students' ability to cite examples of what an engineer does beyond driving a train and help them expand their definition of what they do. So that's you know, the helping, it's part of the battle if they even just know what an engineer does. Next. Students also demonstrated more positive attitudes, were less likely to believe that the stereotype that engineering is boring. They didn't think that after watching Design Squad, after doing some of these hands-on activities that weren't boring. And 7 out of 8 teachers agreed that Design Squad made their students more excited about engineering as a career choice and provided an opportunity for the students to educate one another about the design process, who would say, oh, wait, we haven't tested that. I think we can do better. Let's redesign it. Now let's test it again and see what happens. So they were internalizing that design process, and they were putting it into practice, and they were calling each other on it. Next. And this is, Jackie talked a little bit about using the tagline, and I think this is one of your old flyers. And you can see she's got the tagline there, turning dreams into reality. But it isn't always just the words that make the difference. The words have to be married to the right imagery. So this worked to some extent, but next. When you did this, it worked a lot better. It's the same kinds of words, but it's married to different images. So next. So you can put them together and you can see how it really all has to come together. You can't just say, well, if I just slap because dreams need doing on it, I've done my job and I've put it through the CTC filter. You've got to really think about all the different who's your target audience, what are you trying to say to them, and you say it in a lot more than just in words. So I think that's my last slide. Next. Oh, that is my last slide. Okay, then. So those are some of the ways that we've done it in 2 projects. And you heard from Jackie before about how she's taken some of what we've done and put it in her own work, and then seen here that it really needs to all come together. And we do have some proof of impact on both EYL and on Design Squad, and we continue to evaluate these as they go forward. So thank you.